So she's got some good hatch now.
Well, I'm going by this side right here on this skirt. Have a look at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to take a picture and then magnify it.
Yeah, I guess, hey?
Hey, give that a try.
Yeah.
Try this side, because this is where
Well,
I think...
don't know, I'm doing a video, right?
A video.
We use Megan's new super phone, the S 2000.
F550.
So you got
whatever.
that, eh?
Yeah.
F550.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, no, that truss hatch is perfect, yep. Yep. They're like 35 to 45 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Or not even 45.
Yeah.
No, they're like 28, 35 degrees. And that's what that is. See the little lines going this way?
The boy panda.
Yeah, I'll show you right here, right on that.
Yes, we got a few things going on. We're working on Trevor's quad. Playing around, trying to unseize old brake parts. And the engine was really low on compression, so we're going to see if we can bring it back. We're going to measure it up. We're going to get the old bore gauge out here next, and we're going to do a little bit of measuring. Rich's CR250, that doesn't look like we're going to be able to get it nickel plated again. It took some pretty heavy damage on the old explosion. Got the turbo off this VT365, and just kind of assessing this one. This engine is absolutely fantastic. It compression tested at about 400 psi dry right away. It's a remanufactured engine. Got this 6.4 here. It's for a truck that's sitting outside with a seized up one. I think this is going to be a good direct drop in. But we'll compression test that one next, and hopefully we get as good as results here. This is another VT365. It was smoky. They pulled it out of the bus, and I popped the heads off, and it had an apparent bad valve seal. So I'm hoping that's why it's smoky. So we're going to measure this one up next. We're going to break it down, clean it up, and see if it'll take a quick re-ring, which would be nice. Because we've got this one here. That was I guess the last video I did when we had a peek at this one. We finally got the hoist up and working good. It, man, I don't know. This thing is muddy. You know, I've never seen insulation on the top of these before, but look at that, unreal, eh? Everywhere we look, piles of mud, and that explains why the diffs are leaking. So probably plugged up vents and they just splooged all over. But you know, like even every little nook and cranny, this thing's full of muck. Even getting the body bolts out, when we pulled the plugs out, the whole floor is full of muck, right? This thing was definitely sunk, right? Taken out of a river, I don't know, right? But we didn't get very good results out of the compression test. Multiple low cylinders. Once we oiled them, they come up a little bit, but still under 300, and that's not good. Need to see a good consistent 300 or better. So I'm thinking this thing's worn out. It needs a re-ring. It was evident actually that the cab has been off of this before. There was multiple problems taking the cab off. All those connectors up there, right? They were all taped together, and they're tough to get off. And in this case too, being all packed full of muck and everything like that, they were tough to get off. But lots of zip ties, extra crap, all kind of half-ass wired through here to run the deck. What else did I see? Definitely a power steering issue. I still really haven't got to the bottom of that. You know, I can see so much more with the cab off, you know, so we've got major leaking on this power steering box here. And at first I was kind of attributing it to that cold side boost tube being cracked, you know, and that could still have something to do with it. But, you know, there was a lot of other wetness and rust and stuff going on here on the master cylinder, where it connects up into the Hydro Boost there, right? So I was noticing a lot of leakage and problems. A lot of these lines weren't tightened up either, you know, so it could just be leaking lines, honestly. I spent a whole bunch of time looking for the ground, and over on this side, I'm like, man, you know, where I thought the ground was on this side. I do these a lot, and yeah, sure enough, oh well, it was there. You know, last guy couldn't find it, so that's broke off. You know, all in all, you know, like, it is what it is, right? It's probably a dealership job, warranty job. Who knows? Maybe they replaced a head gasket, or maybe just picked the cab just to do EGR work, or something. It's hard to say, right? But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see anything really good when the heads come off this, right? It's you know, it's in rough shape. I don't think I would trust the kilometers on this. I don't think it's a low kilometer truck. There's just too much evidence this thing's been apart, and either maybe a replacement engine done. That's, you know, I would say that if it wasn't so worn out. You know, flooded, soaked, overworked, under-maintained. But, you know, it is what it is. It's still a good F550 chassis. It's a 4x4. It's awesome, right? It should be fixed, right? I guess the measurements will tell here, and we'll see what's going on with that short block, and maybe this one will be an easy re-ring. We'll see. But I've seen worse. I re-ringed the truck I'm driving right now, and it does just fantastic. But I didn't have a bore gauge at that time. I just kind of eyed it up, and it is what it is. Shocks, yeah, definitely. We're gonna have to replace the shocks while this is up. There's so much room here now, eh? The fuel pump, water and fuel condition, yeah, you know, lots of muck in the frame, everything like that. I think this is a good time to get that fuel pump apart, right? Definitely going to be chipping off a lot of muck. So, like I said, not the worst that I've seen. It's fixable. But, yeah, I think it's going to take a little bit more than we originally anticipated, unfortunately. But we'll see how the teardown goes tomorrow, and we'll take her from there.